What up, boys? It's Gaz, and welcome to the Warframe video. So today we're going over a beam shotgun, and we actually have a chain of videos coming out in the next couple of days over 3 different beam shotguns. So we're going to go over one of them today, which I think is actually really nice, especially after the status changes for shotties a couple months back in February. But before we get into it, make sure you check out the Twitch channel as always, twitch.tv/Gaz_TTV, and make sure you sub to this YouTube channel if you're not already. Daily uploads on the channel, so keep an eye on that. Alright, so let's get into it. Weapon we're going over today is the Convectrix. And yeah, this thing has actually gotten... It flew a little bit under the radar for me for quite a while. So what we got here is we have a very high stash chance on this beam shotgun, MR7 required. So yeah, we got 16% critical chance, 2.4 multiplier, so pretty good multiplier. Pretty low crit chance on here. 12 fire rate, 70 magazine, 2 multi-shot innately. So as you see, there's 2 laser beams on this thing that can both proc status independently. 0.6 punch through at base, pretty nice. You can technically cut through enemies in some situations. And we have impact, puncture, and slash, with slash being very highly weighted. So this thing actually will proc lots of slash procs, especially if you're using the exclusive augment mod called Efficient Beams. This came from Nightwave, and this one's going to... It does 2 things. So first off, it heavily increases your status chance, 150% with just this mod. And it's also going to make it whenever you are firing this gun, you will only consume ammo while it's dealing damage. And there's some certain things you can shoot, it will still not consume ammo. So for example, I'm firing it around right now, it's not chewing through ammo at all because the augment mod's equipped. I can actually shoot my Nova bomb thing, whatever it's called, and that it will charge it up, and it will not take ammo. So it's pretty nice for Nova. It won't fully charge it quickly. But, yeah, this thing is actually pretty beastly. It's also hilarious in the Simulacrum, where everything is just, like, pretty much standing there, just like chumps, taking damage like nobody's business. And we're not even done talking about all the things this weapon can do. So, here's the build I'm going to recommend for no Riven, and you're trying to just, like, flex in Simulacrum. You can definitely, if you're not trying to just go for Simulacrum flexing, you can actually put on Blaze. It'll give you more damage and also make heat procs, so it will remove enemy armor. The slash procs don't care about armor, really. But the heat procs are also pretty nice to get on here as well. Because look at that, 112% status chance with no dual stat 60/60 mods on here. So, this is a crit 100 munitions build. You don't even need 100 munitions to get a bunch of slash procs, but we'll quickly show it. And get cleanse corrupted because we're going to be fighting corrupted heavy gunners here. So, yeah, this is really nice. And like I said, there's plenty of builds that work on here. An electric build works, a heat build works, a no crit at all build works great. We've even got a condition overload build that works really well. And oh yeah, by the way, while we're at it, this thing has really high Riven stats. 5 dots over here. My Riven's got critical chance, status chance, fire rate, Mize infested. So we'll quickly show that in a second here. And if you don't want to run this, like maybe you don't think fire rate's important. I think fire rate's important on this thing. You can throw on a viral build. Like the possibilities are pretty much endless, guys. Maybe not endless, but there's quite a few possibilities. So let's spawn in these heavy gunners with no outside damage buffs. Don't got Avenger equipped. Don't got anything like that. So time on target. That was about like that was like 3 ticks on target. Let's keep it on her a little bit more. She should melt down. This is with no Riven. So pretty good for no elementals. She's going to melt down too. Now when we throw a Riven on here, that's when things get a little bit insane. And like, of course, I could run a viral build right now, and they would get stacked up with viral really fast. You can do a viral heat build if you're not trying to focus on slash procs that much. And it works really well too. So yeah, for no Riven, I'm going to say this is pretty good. Now, if you don't have the augment mod, it might be kind of hard to obtain nowadays, so... But yeah, the augment mod is definitely making this possible, where it's increasing the status chance so heavily. This thing did get a big buff with those, like I said earlier, it got a big buff with the status chance changes they made in, I think it was in February, where now it can go over 100% status chance actually matters. So for this build, let's do a viral build just to show how that works too. So, I'm going to put on Frigid Blast, and I'm going to put on Toxic Barrage. So we took off our Bane mod and our crit chance mod. Now we have 166.5% status chance, and we're doing viral. So let's take a quick check out on this one. All right. So now they get 10 stacks of viral instantly. It will make up for us not having the Bane mod a little bit. So you see, very low crit consistency. This weapon is just like that. So if you're gonna get a rune mod for it, and you're trying to go for 100 munitions build, definitely get some crit chance on there. Because the shotgun the shotgun crit chance mods are just really weak. You could technically run laser sight if you wanted to, so they're pretty similar, honestly. You could potentially take off the fire rate for the Bane mod if you wanted to keep that Bane mod. See the big slash procs. So that's a no Riven build. Like I said, there's lots of ways to do that one. Let's hop on to the Riven build then, or now, and then I'll show the CO. The CO build's actually pretty interesting. This thing is a good CO procer in the primary slot. AoE, all that kind of stuff. So what we're doing here is we're actually going to... I actually had a heat build on here earlier, so let's switch back to that just to show it. So it's going to be Blaze. And then I'm going to take that off for the Bane mod. So Cleanse Corrupted. So the heat will actually stack up and deal damage here. It will also remove enemy armor, which isn't too big of a deal because the slash procs ignore it. But we've got a Riven mod with fire rate, stash chance, and crit chance. Mice infested as well. So I know I could max out these mods. You can max out the mods if you want to. It's going to require 1 or 2 more forma though. Alright, so same enemies. Let's actually spawn a Bombard here while we're at it. Just so we can see, because Bombards get wrecked by slash. And we'll do 5 of these too. What highest level I can spawn in here? He's gone. She's gone. He's really gone. The guy behind him is gone. Yeah, the ribbons definitely help a little bit. You know, that's that 5 dot dispo for you. It's just unnecessary to stay on target for that long, but let's do it. Let's see if 2 bullets can kill this guy. They might. 2 bullets killed that guy. Okay. Yep. Yep. So that's it with a ribbon. And like I said, this is not even a viral build. We'll switch back to the viral build I wanted to show. This is actually the second time I'm recording this video, to be honest. I forgot to turn the mic on the first time. And got like halfway through it. I'm like, oh crap. Forgot the mic. Alright, so here we go with no Blaze and no Bane mod. With the ribbon, of course. The Bane mod actually helps a lot. So you're going to want to keep the Bane mod on here. But I just want to show for comparison's sake. The viral's nice. It's pretty much the same thing, but instead we have a little bit more damage on the heat build, and the Bane mod, of course. The thing is, Bane mods are annoying because you're like, if you're like switching between missions, you're like, I don't know if I'm gonna be fighting the Corpus or like the Grenier or the Corrupted this time. Like, I'm just playing random missions right now. I'm not gonna want to switch all the time. I'm not one of those people. But if I know I'm going into like a longer survival or a longer mission, and I know what faction I'm fighting, I will actually switch to Bane mods. So I don't always use Bane mods, guys. At all. So, alright, let's do the CO proccing build, and then we'll get into the mission gameplay. Because this thing is kind of like a simulacrum weapon in a lot of cases, I feel like. Like, the things I'm showing there, that's not going to happen in mission all the time. So, here we go on the CO procer build. So, we've got Efficient Beams, of course. Give us increased stash chance. Seeking Fury for punch through. Now, you don't actually... The way this build's working, we're actually not going to need that reload speed on Seeking Fury. It's only for the punch through. So... I can actually put on Seeking Force, if I could fit it on there, for more punch through. That's actually 2.1. Let's do that right now. Alright, so more punch through. Who cares about reload speed when we're doing this? And yeah, so we're actually going for Viral and Heat. If I could figure out this modding combination, there we go. And then we've got Lock and Load on here, so it's going to make it... So we'll basically, we're going to use a secondary fire, because the secondary fire, like, is going to make the beams go outwards. It's going to cover an entire hallway in CO procs, viral, heat, impact, puncture, slash, and then we're going to swing our melee around. And while we're swinging our melee around, it's going to automatically reload the magazine. So it's really, really nice. Some fire rate mods to make sure we get all those procs out really quickly, and punch through to hit through multiple enemies. So we don't need damage mods on here, because it's not going to be, this build's not for killing enemies with the Convectrix. It's meant for killing things with our melee. So... As you can see right here, the secondary fire with efficient beams. As long as you're not hitting anything, you're still not going to drain any ammo. Alright. So those guys are all procced up. Our Kufa Shield Egg hitting really hard because of all those viral and heat procs. So it's pretty nice. I mean, if you don't want to run the Kufa Nuke... I mean, it's no Kufa Nuke Core, okay? Let's be real here. But it definitely is slightly comparable to Kufa Nuke Core. The Kufa Nuke Core does not do... It does not do puncture and slash, and usually doesn't do impact either, unless you have an impact nuke core. So the proc potential is definitely there. The stash chance is very high. It's got AoE potential. But the other thing about the nuke core is you get to be really lazy with the nuke core because of the chaining. So yeah, it's definitely a serviceable CO procer. I'm definitely considering running it in a longer mission in the future. So, look at that. Like, let's see how many procs we get in her, like, from like one quick tap of the button. One quick tap of the button. 9 viral procs, 5 heat procs, 6 slash procs, 2 impact procs. That is really, really good for, like, basically half a second on target. Not even that, so... Yeah, really good stuff there. It's an overall really nice weapon. High slash proc potential, high elemental damage potential, really good CO proc potential. But like I said, it's more of a simulacrum flexing weapon in my opinion, because as you can see right here in the mission, okay, first of all, I die in this mission quite a few times, okay? I know it. It happens. But the Kuva Guardians don't take slash procs that kindly, so the Kuva Guardians basically just laugh at this weapon. Boss fights that don't take slash procs pretty much just completely laugh at this weapon, as you see with Sargus Ruck. And like certain other enemies are just going to completely laugh at you, trying to kill them with this thing with a slash build. So if you're trying to fight a Kuva Guardian with this weapon, I'd recommend a corrosive build, or maybe even a viral build or something like that. Just basically not the build I'm showing. It's bad against Kuva Guardians with this setup. But then again, you could just use your melee weapon to kill the Kuva Guardian, and then use the Convectrix to kill the other stuff in the room. So that's what I pretty much did here. After I realized, I'm like, oh, this is terrible against Kuva Guardians, I just started squishing them with the Karudo instead. And that worked out great, because it one-shot them all. Against boss fights, you just don't use it against boss fights. It's not clearly the weapon you're looking to use on boss fights. This Nox gets about like 600 slash procs on him. So rip that guy. He got 600 slash procs on him. And he still didn't die from them, because Noxes are mean. In a good way. I actually like Nox. I think Nox is a good enemy design. But yeah, as you can see right here, we're in the Kuva Siphon. Any enemy is going to just get burned by the heat build. Kuva Guardian's not going to really care. He's just going to look at us and laugh, and then one-shot us. Or rather two-shot. You don't get one-shot nowadays unless you're a Naros. And yeah, it blows stuff up, and it's pretty nice. So I'd highly recommend it to you. So there'll be more beam shotgun videos coming out on the channel in the next couple of days. I think I'm going to do the Phage and the Phantasma. I'm trying to remember if there's any other beam shotguns I didn't remember. I'm pretty sure that only 3 are the Convectrix, the Phage, and the Phantasma. If I'm forgetting one, definitely let me know in the comments down below. But I'm pretty sure those are the main beam shotguns. Actually, you know what? Let me just go check right now. In the arsenal, we have got... Oh, the Gaze is not a shotgun, but that's still a beam weapon. Phage, I already said. I mean, the Archoplasma is kind of a beam, but it's not technically a beam as far as the game's concerned. I think that's the only 3. I need to make a Quanta Vandal video, too. I actually forgot about... I've wanted to make that one for a while, because that was like one of my old favorite weapons. Okay, that'll be the 3 of them, so keep an eye on those the next couple of days. This one's definitely has the most slash proc potential, that's for sure. But the Phage and the Phantasma are both really, really good, too. Just spoiler alert. I mean, I had the Phage in my top 10 primaries video from like 4 months ago, so I never made an actual video on it, though. And yeah, that will be fun. And then the Phantasma, it has no crit, but it's still really, really powerful, so keep an eye on those. But as you can see, this guy does not care about slash procs either, so we're dealing like 40 damage to him. So I ended up using my Nova Bomb to blow him up, but it took me a while to figure out that I should just do that, because it was just not working, so... Yeah, guys, I highly recommend this to you. The ribbons are sometimes pretty cheap. I mean, some people already are aware of this and are just selling them for high plat, but, you know, if you're to get a God Roll ribbon for this, I'd say, crit chance, crit damage, damage overall. If you don't want to go for crit, you can go for higher status chance just for hilarious amounts of status. That is definitely something that works too. And then fire rate could be good too. Like I have fire rate in my ribbon, and like I don't have to run a fire rate mod in the actual build, so that'll save you some mod slots there. So talk to you guys next time. Hopefully you had fun watching this video, and you know, I'm not trying to get anything nerfed. That's just the way this channel. Like, hey, guy in the comments saying, hey, you're getting everything nerfed. I'm not getting anything nerfed. And if you want to make videos on bad stuff, no. You can go on your YouTube channel and make videos on bad stuff, and I'll make videos on good stuff on my channel, alright? So, take it easy, guys. Peace.